The clicking of a keyboard is a sound that every 21st century American knows. They really don't focus on it, and they never really understand it. Typing takes on the timbre, mood, and feeling of the persona doing the typing. There's the anger in response to an accusatory email. There's the mundane crunching of data entry. And there's the sly looking over one's shoulder when sending a Facebook message to your mistress about where you're going to spray whipped cream on her tonight. When layered together, they form a nearly musical composition. I feel as though nobody hears it but me. Nobody cares to stop for just 1 minute and listen to the rhythm of the mundane. Maybe it's because they have more. My name is Larry Anderson. I've been working at Whitmore and Lansing Copywriting for the last 7 years. We write copy for in-flight sales magazines selling helpful travel products, technologies, and other cool little oddities. Well, we did. The company will be closed down within a month, as laptops, tablets, and cell phones have made what I do all but obsolete. I have become obsolete. But I suppose that happened years ago. Damn, I just want to get out of here. It's 4:58, but the boss looks at you like you killed his fucking dog anytime you leave before 5:30. Even though we're only supposed to work a 9 to 5. Oh, and he knows the end is near. And as it's gotten closer, he's only gotten worse. He keeps a giant wood clock in the middle of the office just so we can see the error of our ways should we even think about leaving early. But today I couldn't help it. The clock hit 5 and I quickly grabbed my briefcase and coat and made a break for the door. And they're all staring at me. And this is more than my normal paranoia. They all know that I just want to leave. How the hell is anyone supposed to have a real life? What if I had a wife and kids waiting for me at home? How do others do it? I suppose that's why the women change their last names so often. And the men keep talking about how it's their week to see the kids. I'd almost made it to the door when I saw it swing wide open. He moves like a gazelle. It couldn't be anyone else. Tommy Dawson. Tommy is the eternal optimist. And it's worked out for him. Tommy worked for the company for 3 years before writing the bid on shake weights when they first hit the market. He thinks it was his marketing genius. He comes back every so often to keep with his roots. He approaches me with the exuberance of a small child on their birthday. Larry! Damn, he saw me. Heading out early? I tried to get to the door as quick as possible. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Tommy. I chuckled. Like here. Since when do you tell jokes? I am so glad he thinks I'm funny. Hey, I'll walk you out. I hear you have an amazing assignment. Have you completed that write-up on the new iPad stand? It looks like an old Mac classic. It's going to be the highlight of the next issue. He was acting as though nothing was wrong. You mean the final issue, Tommy? Maybe if I flog him with enough realism, he'll realize that it's the giant fucking elephant in the room that's causing the communal stink in our lives. We continued to walk, and my Honda Accord was now finally within sight. Do we need to talk about this now, Tommy? Hey, it's a big honor. You've got to be excited. He continued to push. Excited. We're 1 month away from 24 people losing their jobs in a field of copywriting that's about to go the way of the dinosaur. And you want me to get excited about a novelty iPad stand? I've got alimony and child support to pay to my ex, loan officers coming at me every way I turn. My parents are fed up with me living in their fucking basement, and to add to it, I get to see your ass come gloat that we're buried. So no, I'm not excited. Just get the fuck out of here, Tommy. And with that, he became strangely stoic. A lot of words can be used to describe Tommy, but he's never been stoic in his life. He was calm, nearly devoid of thought. He simply turned and left. No other words, no other motions or actions. It's as though a calm had washed over him. In that moment, I wished his zombified state would walk him right out into traffic. What a guy. The wind rustled on the leaves. I was reminded of the keyboards. Even nature couldn't let me escape the monotonous nature of work. I got in my car and drove back to my parents' house. Arriving at the 3-bedroom split level wasn't even like coming home. You see, my parents had made some smart moves in my youth, and we ended up with a 6-bedroom house on a dead-end road. But then my aunt got sick, my mother's sister. We kept telling everyone she got sick, but that's really a lie. We got sick of her flat out stealing from all of us and looking for the absolute quickest fix possible. It's funny, I was always mad at her for this, but given how the next 3 months of my life are going to be, I really don't blame her at all. What if her whole life was like that? Just one big closing door with no hope in sight. It's terrifying. Well, my parents had to sell that house and went from being a Benz family to a VW family real quick. My dad kept a tough upper lip. But my mother, the product of a loveless marriage and resentful of continually taking care of her sister, fell into a deep depression. You'd think it was a flavor. Absolute depression. Well, now my mother goes to 2 meetings a day, and my father fly fishes just to get away from my mother. So where was I? Right. My room in my parents' goddamn house. So 39-year-old me has a room in my parents' house. But it wasn't even my room as a kid, so I don't have that safety blanket. I'm just a washout, paying off his deferred student loans with a job that's about to terminate everyone in the company. Meanwhile, my damn room feels horribly uncomfortable, with windows that feel like they were meant for a gunnery, shag carpet that's just a little too long, and sharing a bathroom with my 65-year-old parents. The room has a bed, a dresser, and nothing else. I refuse to put anything on the walls and keep all of my belongings in a constant state of readiness for my eventual move out. I took my first step into this room. It was my new room at the time, almost 10 years ago. I was excited. I'd just gotten a job with the premier in-flight magazine, and I was only going to live with my parents for a few weeks until I could get my shit together. I'm able to sneak into the house and nobody notices. My dad has the TV up so loud I'm surprised the neighbors aren't complaining, and their bedroom door is closed. That typically means my mom has come home from a meeting and is sleeping off her lunch.